Alright, so here we go. So we got a bunch of brand new updates about what's going on around Space Marine 2. And there's been a lot of the community wondering what in the world is going on with this post from GamesCom saying new co-op mode available. And I can say one thing, that this is not Siege mode, and it's definitely not the new Chaos versus Chaos PvP mode, so what in the world are they talking about? Well, guess what? Finally, we do have some clarification about this one. Also, there's been some confusion as to what to expect for upcoming new features in Update 10.0. Well, we're going to clear the air about that one as well. And there was one weapon in particular that was data mined during the launch of this game, but guess what? That weapon has never seen the light of day at all, will eventually come to Space Marine 2. And yes, I'm going over your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below to end up in a future video, and if you're new, welcome aboard. Don't forget to smack that subscribe button to stay in the know about all things Space Marine 2. But you know what? Check this out right here. So check this out, guys. Opera GX is back at it again with even more awesome updates to the ultimate gaming browser, Opera GX, and a huge thanks to them for sponsoring this video. So with the new mod interface, you can easily install your favorite mods with just one click, like this awesome Warhammer theme. Nearly everything is customizable too, including color, sounds, wallpaper, and other elements of the browser, including the fonts. And Opera GX's mod list keeps on growing and growing since these mods are built by the community, and trust me, there's some awesome mods out there, like this Witcher 3 mod, which also includes all new sounds. Take a listen. And the Elder Scrolls mod has one of the coolest backgrounds as well. You can even go in and customize each element too, including effects, interface, sounds, and more. And check out the new and improved sidebar that includes modules like the GX Control, which allows you to control RAM usage, limit CPU and network usage used by Opera. Also, the GX Cleaner lets you clean up things like cache, cookies, and a browsing history with the click of a button, and there are so many additional settings too that give you full control of your Opera GX browsing experience. Also, stay up to date on the latest gaming news and updates with the all-new GX Corner, which has been completely redesigned, and I can't forget that Opera GX has an import tool that allows you to quickly import all of your settings from your previous browser to GX, like browsing history, bookmarks, and cookies. So upgrade to the best browser for gamers. Join me and download Opera GX for free by clicking on the link in the description below. And a huge thanks to Opera GX once again for supporting this video. Alright, so let's find out what's going on with Space Marine 2, starting out with this post right here. It's an official post from the official Space Marine 2 account. They say hashtag GamesCom, and then they post this image here from the Space Marine 2 booth. It says new co-op mode available, and it raised a lot of eyebrows. People were like, are we getting something absolutely brand new, even beyond Siege mode? And other people were like, wait, hold up, it's definitely Siege mode that they're talking about. And then there were others that were like, hey, no, it's the PvP Chaos versus Chaos mode, which we're going to be receiving. Well, we do actually have some input from those that were actually at the booth under this thread right here, which also people were wondering, what in the hell are they talking about here? This got a lot of replies, a lot of discussion, stirred up quite a bit of, kind of theories here, but we have this. It says, hey, I commented already under the post, but since the post is already a few hours old, I believe only a few will see my actual comment. I played Space Marine 2 yesterday at Gamescom because the new co-op mode then got me interested, and the waiting line was like 10 minutes, but after talking to the staff there, they confirmed to me it was planned to show something new, but they couldn't make it work, and that's all the info I got out of them. So yeah, it was just regular Space Marine 2 gameplay, and there were people there that said they couldn't even go hands-on with the Siege mode. But yeah, since they were planning on showing something brand new to us regarding a new co-op mode or PvE experience, it is most likely they were going to show us this right here. And this is from the official blog post, new game mode and modifiers. And this is actually going to be pretty cool because we're going to be getting different modifiers for the PvE experience for operations and stuff like that. So it should add quite a bit of variety. And you know what? I did highlight some data mining behind this, and it does sound pretty cool, some of it. And some of it does also worry me as well. But this is an important bit right here. It says, the new game mode will come with patch 10.0, by the way. The specific modifier mentioned above will be implemented later, though. The new free cosmetics and exotic weapons will also be granted for the completion of this new challenge. Stay tuned. We'll reveal more later. So expect some pretty cool rewards, it seems, alongside this new
PvE modifier type experience. And it is also dubbed a stratagem co-op mode, by the way, by data miners. But yeah, I don't want to read into it too much. I definitely don't want to overhype this mode, but I'm really crossing my fingers that this does add some variety. But this is most likely what they wanted to showcase on the Gamescom floor, but they just did not get the chance to do that. Now, regarding update 10.0, we do have some news about that as well. Check it out right here. Some confusion around what is actually included in update 10.0. Here we go. It says update 10.0 will bring the new Hellbrute PvP mode, Power Axe, Black Templar's Champion, new modifiers game mode with unlockable cosmetics, Chaos Spawn Majoris, new Chaos Armors, and new Season Pass. That's the confirmed stuff. But what about the rest of the content? The Tech Marine, Pyre Canyon, and most importantly, the cosmetic overhaul. Are there any leaks or new info? And we have a response here. I think the only not confirmed thing for 10.0 is the Tech Marine itself, right? The Pyre Canyon is already confirmed for 10.0, isn't it? Now, the cosmetic overhaul is not releasing in 10.0. That's extremely important to remember. They just mentioned it in some months ago, but that's it. Now, Tech Marine isn't confirmed either. They just said that they were working on it, so keep that in mind. And Pyre Canyon seems to be releasing with 10.0, but they didn't say it literally. And if we go back to the blog post, this is what they said about the new weapons, the new Pyre Canyon. Check it out right here. So, new weapons will be also added. Last month, of course, they did reveal the Power Axe. This month, we're happy to show you the Pyre Canyon. The weapon is ideal to dispatch the hordes. No mention if this will be releasing alongside 10.0. That's super important to remember. Kind of have your feelings guarded around that. I think we'll be finding out more about the actual release date for this stuff very, very soon. You guys are probably wondering, hey, Robbie, when will we get the next community update? When will all this information be concrete? So, good news, out on Discord, there were some questions about this next community update. So check it out right here. Regarding community news, will it be on August 29th? Well, actually, we're going to be getting it sooner than that on August 28th. Sister Hylia confirms, hi, I'm planning to post it on Thursday this week. Again, that is going to be falling on August 28th. So that is when we can hopefully expect the brand new community update to be releasing. And you know, out on Discord, I've been seeing this thing teased, and apparently it's going to be very big. It's going to have a lot of really cool stuff in there. So yeah, it's going to be bigger than the previous community update at the very least. So that is good news right there. Now, we also had some other questions out on the official Discord, and guess what? Some responses. So check it out right here. Sister Hylia, is there any plans for the Imperial Fist chapter? And we do have a response confirming that yes, there are plans for that. So Imperial Fist fans will be happy to know that one. And we also have, greetings, sister. Any chance of a PvP XP event soon? This grind to level 45 is killing me. And the response here saying, hi, there's no XP boost event coming anytime soon. Sad face. I'm sorry. So yeah, it's a bummer to hear about that one. But again, when it comes to September, and also, yeah, once we get into the anniversary type stuff, you know, we're approaching that 1 year anniversary. I do expect there to be some events here. At least there better be, you know, to really celebrate the 1 year anniversary of Space Marine 2. I'm hoping that there's some big stuff here. But yeah, remember, update 10.0, once again, is going to be considered the anniversary update. So I'm crossing my fingers that there's some sort of surprises in there for us. Now, mentioning surprises, this popped up right here. Check it out. Remember this? And it says Assault Bolter from Leaked Build. This was a year ago. This was posted quite a while ago. It says, anyone else remember that the data miners found this Assault Bolter in the game files close to the launch of the game, and Saber still hasn't implemented it. Almost a full-blown year, still not implemented. It seems like a lot of people really want to see this thing in the game, which would be absolutely badass. So that's potentially one new weapon that we could see down the road, of course, but there was some responses here suggesting that perhaps it was scrapped entirely. Probably was scrapped because it wouldn't really bring anything unique compared to other bolters. Do you guys feel that way or not? Or do you feel like the more the merrier? You know, like bring on more weapons. Do you guys want to see an assault bolter like this added into the game? I think it looks actually pretty cool. But, you know, it's ultimately going to be up to Saber, of course. Now, we also got to talk about this one right here. Anyone else hoping for a crossover event with the newly announced Dawn of War 4? Some cool Blood Ravens cosmetics would be very welcome. And there were some responses here. There is already Blood Raven cosmetics in the game, and every cosmetic DLC expands it. But it seems like people really want, another new like champion skin or something related to Dawn of War to really celebrate that when that actually launches, which I gotta say would be cool to see some sort of crossover content between the two games, because to have like more of a cohesive gaming community between all of these games would be really, really cool. And by the way, I cannot wait for Dawn of War 4. But, mentioning brand new Warhammer games, it did show off another brand new Warhammer game as well coming up here. And yes, I'm referring to, of course, Warhammer Mechanicus 2, which looks absolutely beautiful from the brand new gameplay trailer that did drop at GamesCom 2025. This one looks absolutely legit. There's a lot of turn-based type games in the Warhammer universe already, but I'm super hyped for this one. And also, Dawn of War 4, a real-time strategy game in the mix, and it looks like it's also going to have full-blown base building, which I love real-time strategy and base building. Those two things go hand in hand for me, at least. But yeah, super excited for the future of Warhammer games overall. Now, a lot of you guys want to see this return as well, to have the chance to acquire this cosmetic item. Saber, bring this back to Twitch drops, and my life is yours. This would be really cool to see returning. Got this comment here. No, just add it to the game without having to do third-party promotional BS. That would also be cool. I gotta say, have some sort of way also perhaps to like acquire in-game without having to go through all these loops and all this other stuff to acquire items. Yeah, just do it simply through some sort of in-game method. All right, so I think you guys know what time it is. It is time to go over your top comments. As always, leave a comment down below. It can end up right here in a future video. And if you're new, welcome aboard. Smack that subscribe button to stay in the know about all things Space Marine 2. But let's dive in here. All right, so let's check out that first top comment here. If people want to stay in Siege for longer than Wave 5, then the end rewards need to be way better. Otherwise, there's no point. I don't care about armory data points. 100% agree with that one. I think that would solve the problem big time. The rewards have to be really, really good, because the time investment required to go through Siege, like 30 plus waves, it's pretty intense. It can end up being well over 2 hours, of course. And you got to also consider that, at least for me as well, Siege mode has the most disconnects. That's a big, big problem. I also think that's why a lot of people bail at wave 5 or even like 10, just get out of there while they can before, they get that disconnect. Let me know if you guys are actually experiencing disconnects in Siege mode or not. But yeah, I totally understand where you guys are coming from, but the reward thing is also a big, big issue. Now, we also have this one right here, random, but can we all agree Bulwarks get cosmetic iron halos? That would be badass, dude. That would be very, very cool too. And then we have dynamic weather would be amazing. Raining simulations would be a nice touch. Dude, this is one thing that I absolutely want to see. You're seeing some weather here, of course, the sandstorm rolling in. But I want to see like rain. It would be cool to also get on some of these maps that are during the day and see at nighttime perhaps. Lighting and conditions like that can change the feeling of a map big time. You can even make it even more spooky as well if they really wanted to. Now, we also have Siege mode, Wave 5, and Hard. Having people leave absolutely ruins things for the game, since others cannot join once they leave. Yeah, that's definitely an absolute bummer. They just have to address some core issues with Siege mode to encourage people to really stay in it. Now, we have a Helldivers 2 type game for Warhammer. Would be awesome going into the Warp and fighting all the Chaos Gods and their factions. Yeah, and right now we have more linear operations. It would be cool to see a mode that catered towards more of like an open 360-degree space, where you had, options to choose where you really wanted to go, much like Helldivers 2. It would also be cool to call in certain like orbital strikes, which I'm sure there's really cool lore stuff they could do with that. Which, by the way, mentioning orbital strikes and stuff like that, I have to ask, for those of you guys that are intimately familiar with the Warhammer franchise. What could they potentially do with like orbital stuff, orbital strikes that would make it really stand out in terms of being, you know, Warhammer? That's my big question, because I'm certain that there's something or a lot they could do with that for sure. But anyway, there it is, the latest happenings around Space Marine 2. As always, I have you guys covered on this one. Stay tuned for more news and updates. Yes, remember, we're going to be getting that brand new community update here on August 28th. That's going to be this Thursday. So yeah, I will have the recap on that one very, very soon. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Take care.